Please, with a standing ovation and a rousing applause, help me welcome to the stage the president of NANTA, Mrs. Susan Akporiare. Please keep clapping until she gets here. Keep clapping until she gets here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Please, let's be seated. Thank you so much. This will be strange to my members because I've never used it before. But I have to use it because, unfortunately, my speech on the magazine is so tiny. So I have to use this. So it's the same Susan, please, not a different person. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Before I go on, I want us to have a 1 minute silence. I needed to do this because the MC does not have the names of the people. That was why I said I was going to do it. And also, in honor of the people involved, I felt I, as the president of our great association, should be the one to do the 1 minute silence. We're going to have a 1 minute silence, but before that 1 minute starts, from January till date, we have lost prominent and very important heroes of our association that have gone to rest with God. First was one of our past presidents in the person of Prince Fatono that died in his 80s. A great man. I had opportunity to meet him, worked with him a little, but it's an honor. You'll be wondering, I've been around for a long time on the block, and you wonder, how old am I? I'm as old as you can guess. And the next person is my mother in the industry. I know she's a member of the Northern Zone, but as far as I'm concerned here, she'll be my mama. So all the Northern Zone members that are here, please pardon me. We lost just last week, Friday, my mother, one of my mothers in the industry, and I mean it in every bit of the word, Aja Jumai, just last week, Friday. I cried when I heard it because she was very close to me. I was very close to her. A good woman with a large heart and a lot of wisdom. I still remember the counsels that she was giving me in her active days. She's a very active member of NANTA and one of our BOT, one of our past BOTs. Then last week, Wednesday, I lost my beloved mother. Last week, Wednesday. In the course of planning for this AGM, I needed to be strong because I have almost over 3,000 members looking up to me to have a wonderful time. So I had to set aside my grief until after this AGM. I lost my mother last week, Wednesday. Then 1st of January, the VP Abuja Zone lost her younger brother. February, March, 2 of our members lost their husbands. The second one, burial, is actually starting today. Also in the Eastern Zone, the same from January to March, our member there lost her husband. So you see why I needed to be the one to do this 1 minute silence. So please, let us rise up 1 minute. And every other member that lost a relative that I'm not aware of from January to date. And may God help us again that the rest of this year, we will not mourn again in NANTA prematurely. If we must do, it must be a celebration of life. Please, let's be upstanding. Just 1 minute silence. The great heroes of our association. Our past president, Prince Patano. Our BOT and our mother, Aja Jumai. My own mother, beloved mother. The husbands of our members and family members. Thank you. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. Thank you very much. May we be seated. Thank you. Welcome once again, everybody. And I want to honor to whom honor is due. I'm going to start first with our visitors. The ambassador of the High Commissioner of Namibia to Nigeria. He determined that he was going to be part of every event of this AGM. And he was with us at the Badagry trip yesterday. Those of you at the Badagry trip, how was it? Oh, yes. Although some of us came back as if they were beaten or we went to farm. But it was fun. And I'm happy to say that the High Commissioner was there with us all the way. He didn't miss out on any activity. Some of my members went to go and hide somewhere and were taking a rest. I saw you. But the High Commissioner went all the way, even to the beach front. And he pulled up his shoes and he dipped his feet in the beach. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to make that dream come true. He told me he has always wanted to go to Badagry. And thank you. His Excellency, the Ambassador of High Commissioner of Rwanda, you are welcome, sir. And I must say, His Excellency is an industry expert. He's an industry expert. He's into tourism and travels. When I paid him a visit, he told me a lot of things, and I told him he must be here. He happens to be one of those. You know, this East Africa visa that we are enjoying now. He happened to be one of those. Was it a 5-man committee? Am I correct, sir? I can't remember. That was co-opted together to look into the East Africa visa. He's well knowledgeable when it comes to travel and tourism. I believe that is his first love. And people like that are equally my first love. So thank you very much, sir. And he shared a lot of vision with us, with me, of what his plans is for Africa, Africa to Africa agenda. And NANTA is happy to identify with the High Commission of Rwanda on his Africa to Africa agenda. We are there for you anytime you need us. You call upon us. And thank you that your president opened up Rwanda for Africa. So that the very first example of how the Africa to Africa agenda can come to fusion. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Then I'll go to all my BOTs. Of course, my very own big brother. He is my big brother, and he's like an uncle to me. Because like I always joke, is a fence that separates his house and my house in the village. It's just a fence. So if you climb a ladder in the fence, you will see his house. So he's a big brother. And we now came to meet in the industry. No other person than my president. Yes, your president has a president. Yes. No other person than my president. There's what they call the Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria. It was constituted by the federal government of Nigeria because they said, rather than dealing with so many individuals, let us bring them under one umbrella. So if we're talking, we know we're talking to the entire industry. So EFSA was founded by the federal government of Nigeria. And in our midst this morning, we have the honor of having the president of all presidents, my big brother and uncle, in our midst today, in the president of Nkeruwem Onong Sheyi. Please, note that pronunciation. It is Nkeruwem Onong. Yeah? Thank you very much, sir. Where's Sheyi? Did you hear me? Yes. Then I go to my delectable BOTs, my wonderful BOTs. All my BOTs are my fathers and mother. And these BOTs are led by a father in the industry, one-time past president, and for us in NANTA, we call him the Oracle. In the person, that's our BOT chairman, Mr. Dayo Adiola. Thank you very much, sir. And let me be the first person to give the announcement. We now have a vice chairman of BOT. Oh yes, see all of them that are looking at me, they are wondering. We now have a vice chairman of BOT and the president of Alaji Aminu Agoa. Thank you very much. You know the interesting thing, these two great men were once president, and I am the luckiest girl alive. I served under him when he was president, and I also worked with Alaji Aminu Agoa when he was president. So I know them very well, and they are fathers to me. Then, of course, other members of the BOT, my mama, my mother, that will tell me anything, whether I like it or not. Is that not what mothers do? That's what they do. They are not supposed to patronize us. They're supposed to tell us the truth because they want you to change. And the person of Mommy Aloko. She's the BOT member representing the Western Zone. Sorry, the BOT chairman is representing for Lagos Zone. Alaji Aminu Agoa is Northern Zone. We have 2 BOTs per zone, so a total of 10 BOTs. Then another mother, I don't know whether to call her mother. I know she's a mother, but she looks more like auntie. But me, I was born and brought up in Lagos State, so I'm a Yoruba girl. So we know better not to call a mother auntie, even if the mother is looking like a young girl. So I'm highly honored to also recognize my BOT, a mother indeed. Forget about how she looks. She is a mother. And the person of Mrs. Bimbo Durosimi Eti. She's a BOT member covering Lagos Zone. You're welcome, ma. So, continuing recognizing my BOT is just beside Mommy Bimbo. She's laughing. Is the second BOT for Western Zone in the person of Nadi Alawi. I hope I got the pronunciation. He's a Nigerian, no? He's a Nigerian, please. But don't ask him to show you his Nigerian passport. He doesn't need to prove anything. Me, I know he's a Nigerian, and that's okay. So take my word for it. Take my word for it. Then we have some BOTs that are, for one reason or the other, some medical reasons could not be here. The second BOT in the Northern Zone, for medical reasons, but sends his regard and blessings, because he called me to tell me and pray for me and the AGM. In the person of Alaji Aliyu Aminu. Please, a round of applause for him. And also, the 2 BOTs for Eastern Zone. Eastern Zone, what is the problem now? Your BOTs. They are on their way. I was told that one of them sent an apology, Mrs. Iyoma Ubani, BOT Eastern Zone, and Mrs. Tari Boba member. She's coming, she's on her way. So we'll get to meet her later. That is that for that. And yes, thank you very much. And at this junction, sorry, I also want to appreciate and introduce all our sponsors. I say a big very thank you. But especially goes to the ones that made you see, that's why it's good to have mothers though. Hey, Jesus is Lord. I would have been sacked. Interestingly, I'm from Abuja Zone. And somehow I omitted my own 2 BOTs. I hope my VP is not here so that she will not go and report me. And thank you, Mommy Bimbo, for reminding me. And one of them is even here. Maybe because I didn't see him. That was our meeting. Hey, Madam Zach, my apologies. I'm on my knees. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't say. I think I need to put on this thing. I'm not seeing very well. So sorry for that, and thank you, ma. It's not intentional. Abuja Zone also has 2 BOTs. That's my zone. So if it was from another zone, you say I have a B, but it's my zone. So in the person, one of them is here, the other one sending an apology. And the one that is here, who is also a father to me. I had known Malam Zak, is my dad's friend. He's a friend of my dad. And I'd known him right from when I was in university. Even before I knew I was going to be a travel agent, I had known this particular BOT. So he's indeed a father. is a friend of my dad and is my dad's birthday mate. So we share a lot of things in common. So in the person of Malam Zachary Abdullahi. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I will keep the story of the first meeting I had with him to myself because it's a very funny story. I'll keep it to myself. Thank you. Then the second BOT of Abuja in the person of Alhaji Ahmed Mohamed Sani is unavoidably absent. So I think I'm done with my BOT. Thank you. Then I'm going to go to my speaker, but only one of them is here for now. And as the other comes in, we'll also appreciate them. So one of our speaker that is here is also, I have so many uncles, daddies, and mummies in this industry. He happens to be also an uncle, a big brother for me in the industry, in the person of no other person, the convener of Akwaba Travel Market, in the person of Ikechi Uko. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He told me, Susan, for you, I will do anything. I will be there. Just make sure you tell me on time so that I will block the dates for you. Let me say here, the event he had last week, he moved it because of this. He moved it backward. It should have been this week, but he moved it because of this. And I say for that, thank you very much. And I'm sorry I couldn't make it because it was the day I lost my mom. That's where event started. If not, I would have been there. Thank you very much. So without wasting any other time, my escorts, please. I think we'll have another time for me to paparazzi you people. Yeah? Okay. Dearest members of NANTA, distinguished members, Board of Trustees, my reverend elders, and living legends of NANTA, living and passed on legends of NANTA, government's representative, FCCPC, thank you very much. Thank you. We have a wonderful relationship with FCCPC. Wonderful. And I tell you, for members, please, if you have any issue, don't shy away. Come to us. Come to us, and we'll take you to FCCPC. And trust me, they will resolve it. That is how close our relationship is. They are committed to partner with NANTA when it comes to consumer protection. Consumer protection, we are also consumers. We are consumers when it comes to the airlines. Yeah? As travel agents. So we are also protected and is there. So thank you very much, ma'am. Regulatory agencies, they're on their way. NCAA, DG sent his apology. The issue with Dana Airline, I think they are having some round-the-clock meetings that they did not plan was going to happen. So he sent his apology that he was going to send a representative. So when the representative comes in, we'll recognize him. Regulatory agencies, trade partners, members of the Nigerian Travel and Tourism, media, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first acknowledge that I am proud to be a member of this great association called NANTA. I am also proudly a Nigerian. I make bold this confession because when we fail to acknowledge who we are, and proudly so, we just succeed in tearing the flag and busting the hopes and faith of many. Our countrymen and women, and in this case, our exceptional team, NANTA. Reminiscing on the past 4 years, it was a race, a swift race to the finishing lines. And it can only be the divine hand of God, merciful, guiding my team and I. By the way, this is my last AGM as the president of our great association. By tomorrow, we will have a new president, and I'll be proud to pass on the baton. 2 weeks ago, I shared a bit of my dream with members of the press during our pre-AGM media conference. And I will repeat it again here today, that my executive council and I were strategically focal to rescue and nurse NANTA back to life after being hit by COVID-19 pandemic. I led a pandemic war recovery team, determined to flourish our efforts and build us up again. There was no playing to the gallery, knowing that the pandemic brought us more than the physical annihilation of our means and survival, but also came with the wings to bury humanity to cemetery of untimely death. To every leader, the core values of life and whatever meaning it may bear lies with flying the flag of hope and confidence that must birth a silver lining in a desperate dark world, to which that era and its consequent visitations reinforced. We moved together, held hands, and believed that where 2 and 3 were gathered in faith and truth, God would always make a way. Each time I came close to giving up, I will remember that our forefathers probably knew that days and times as seen during and after the COVID pandemic would come. I held on, supported by one of the best teams in the history of NANTA, to break the ceilings of despair and uncertainty. We trained and retrained our members for innovation on new streams of income and led from the forefront, not just for NANTA members alone, but for Nigeria and Nigerians. Ours is a world with a determined future in travel and recreation, a profession to which the welfare and well-being of humanity cannot be overemphasized. Today, our membership strength has grown, and our members, more than ever before, are willing to trade profitably and responsibly. We championed Africa to Africa tourism initiative and worked together with some partner airlines to buy into the dream. We gave Egypt, Morocco, Maldives, Kenya, South Africa, and Namibia a tip-off of what is on the map, and twice. We held strongly to the Nigerian tourism flag at the World Travel Market in Excel London 2022 and 2023. Confronted by the high fare epidemic out of Nigeria, we reasoned with our government, engaged at the National Assembly, and with our press behind us, ruffled with feathers, not because we just want to noise around, but because we will be remembered by posterity, that we were not asleep while our industry, our business, our travel public, our fellow Nigerians were in pains. We did not do it alone. We sought help from our distinguished senior advocates of Nigeria, Dr. Kemi Pinero, OFR, SAN, CFIARB. A very busy yet caring gentleman who spent his time and money, and pro bono, he guided us through those challenging times. I think at this time, he is not here, but we must recognize Dr. Pinero, one of the foremost and finest lawyer you can have. In our dream, we can't even afford him. You know, in dream, anything happens. But this one, in the dream, we can't afford him. But he is NANTA official lawyer, pro bono. He gives us advice without collecting a dime, because he believes in what we do and he stands for what is right. Nigeria Civil Aviation, NCAA, was and still is very supportive. And for the first time, let me free myself and a trusted few from the oath of secrecy and testify to the very detailed investigative intervention by FCCPC. Thank you very much. Which brought about a lot of hope and direction. Mr. Babatunde Rekera may not head that critical agency of government today, but without his brilliant support and collaboration, the war of first discrimination and apartheid against Nigerian travelers will still be raging. Mr. Babatunde Rekera must not be forgotten by NANTA and deserves our gratitude and deep appreciation always. And we add that one of the best values for us in NANTA today is the very present and effectual collaboration to which we deliberately pursued with all the relevant agencies of government in travel and tourism. NANTA is the Iroko tree of Nigeria travel and tourism sector. And we must continue to manage our strength, our victories, and not be afraid about new exploits and challenges. Leadership is not about elections, but about the people. The resounding feverish tempo out there and all over the world today is about change. Do you know about NANTA icons? Do you know about NANTA icons? You'll get to know that in this AGM. We will bring forth to you in a short documentary. about the NANTA icons. 2 years ago in Abuja, Mr. Babatunde Rukara told us to innovate. How many of us remember? He challenged us to our faith, to innovate or perish. That was his word. He said, NANTA, you have to innovate or perish. Innovation and change is a lifestyle, an operational ecosystem that sometimes can be scary and unattractive. But where there is a will, there is a way. I and my team have a very deep, robust willpower, and we delivered on all counts. I repeat, we delivered on all counts. It is fitting and noteworthy that a Nigerian flag carrier in airpeace came to water our departure runway. We are proud of this Nigerian airline and will do everything in our power, individually and collectively, to ensure airpeace remains our own. It is fitting. This is a strategic partnership that I am proud to hand over to the incoming Executive Council. The Minister of Aviation, Mr. Festus Keyamo, SAN, CON, FCIARB, who graciously will be with us throughout. He promised to be with us, but the issue with Dana, I'm not too sure, because I'm aware they are having back-to-back meetings, even as I'm speaking now. Who graciously will be with us throughout this AGM deserves our support and collaboration. He has promised to back NANTA and evidently tweeted my appearance on channels 2 weeks ago to commend the frontal role of our association and membership to evolve a refreshing synergy with the government on aviation matters. I once again thank everybody and apologize to those who felt we left them behind in our march to champion a new direction for NANTA. My hero, my first female president of NANTA, Mrs. Teresa Ojo Ezobi. I must thank you, Ma, for the consistent advice and encouragement behind the scene. She promised to be here. I hope she'll be able to make it tomorrow. I also want to thank all my men. In my first tenure, I was only the woman standing. It was Susan and the men. All my ESCO members were all men in my first 2 years. Then God had mercy on me and brought in 2 beautiful, powerful women. No, 3. Sorry. Lord, that will kill me. 3 beautiful, powerful women to join the team. I also want to thank all my men. And because they are plenty, I will not mention names here. But I know them and you know them. God bless their hearts and their families. These gentlemen did not suffocate me. They did not suffocate me, but stayed strong with me, even in the face of threats and opposition. From Mecca, our media consultants, you are like no other, selfless, committed, and loyal. You bring light always and encourage, very courageous too as well. To my husband, he's not here, but he should join us at the gala dinner. To my husband, I am coming back home. My husband has a calendar by his bedside. And he has stirring the days of the AGM. He just marked it there. And he's counting down. To my husband, I am coming back home. I thank you for tolerating my frequent absence from home due to this call and assignment, to which I am grateful to be alive to hand over the baton. To my children and friends, I will be available much more now. So all my friends and colleagues, after tomorrow, I am all yours. Those of you that say, Madam President, we can't reach you, I will be available much more. My son once told me one day, Mommy, you really don't live in this house anymore, do you? He was asking the question. That broke my heart. You don't live in this house, do you? But it was worth it. All of you here made it worth it for me. It was worth it. I love you all. A big thank you to my NANTA members, my admirers, who hop around with me across Africa. Where are you guys? South Africa, we are there. Namibia, where are you? We are there. Hop on and off the bus around with me across Africa and Europe, pursuing the Africa to Africa agenda and the new Nigerian cultural tourism experience. Thank you all, and may God bless NANTA, God bless the Republic of Nigeria, and God bless each and every one of us. Before I get out of your face, I needed to say this. There are some exhibitors that made the dream of this exhibition a reality. Exhibitors that came from Africa. Gambia Tourism, let's clap for them. Rwanda tourism, Namibia tourism, thank you very much. And we had technology. The future of travel is technology. So we have with us all the way from India, Dubai, Morocco, Fraternite, thank you. Thank you very much. Mohammed, thank you. Newcore, thank you. Turkish Airlines, thank you. You see, all our foreigners that came here were all with us in Badagry too as well. Yeah, because we invited all the sponsors and they had fun. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. Thank you very much for believing in this dream and coming to make it a reality. So members, please, there's a lot of B2B opportunities. So when the exhibition is officially open, please take advantage of everything. We have brought Africa to you. We brought Africa and the world to you. You don't need to pay money to get it. He has the program, so I'm sure he will read his comments. We have in our midst, while I was talking, our very own, a very inspiring man, a very selfless man, and a true patriotic Nigerian. In our midst that just walked in, who also happened to be one of the keynote speakers, and the person of no other, Dr. Allen Oyema, the chairman of EPIS. Please let the clap continue. It deserves it. It's not easy to see people that are patriotic. It's not easy to see people that will say, I do not think of what Nigeria would do for me. Rather, I want to think about what I would do for Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. We love you. I love you. We appreciate you. And we are there solidly behind you. You are welcome.
Please, let's celebrate our president one more time. Please keep clapping until she gets to her seat. It is not easy to have a president that is as driven as this woman. She just told us that the husband said, at least you will come back home tomorrow. We thank him, we appreciate him, and we pray that God will continue to bless your family. Now, I need to quickly do this. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge everyone that is seated up here. We recognize that you're there. If you're hearing me, can you just wave your hands to me, please? Fantastic. Thank you so much. We also like to recognize all the DMCs that are up. We know you're there. We're going to be starting the exhibition in a few minutes. And so we thank you so much for coming, and we'll be coming to you very soon. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the president told us that the minister himself wanted to be here, but because of the state work he had to do, he is not physically here. But we thank him because he has representing him here today, the director, Air Transport Management, is my brother, a very, very dedicated Nigerian. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me celebrate Mr. Azan Ejipuno. Sir, it is time for you to give your goodwill message. So rather than sit down, please celebrate him as he comes up to come and give the goodwill message on behalf of Mr. Minister. Keep celebrating him.
Good morning, all. The president of NANTA, the chairman of Airpeace, and all the other dignitaries here present. My name is Hassan Ijibuno, as introduced earlier on. I'm the Director of Air Transport Management of the Ministry of Aviation. The Honorable Minister himself would have loved to be here, but due to state matters, he could not make it. He now directed me to represent him. I will be reading his keynote address, which he has mandated me to deliver on his behalf. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as special guest of honor at this epoch-making event of the 48th Annual General Meeting and Exhibition of the most important association in the civil aviation value chain in Nigeria. That is the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies. This event is a gathering of policymakers, industry leaders, and stakeholders who share a common commitment to the enhancement of travel and tourism in Nigeria, the African continent, and the entire world. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all stakeholders and participants to this unique event, which is set to be an enriching experience in civil aviation on infrastructural development of the aviation sector in Nigeria. The delegation met with officials of Airbus and ATR on how to make aircraft leasing more accessible to members of the Nigerian Airlines operator. Airbus and ATR are involved in the manufacturing of aircraft that are famously used by Nigerian Airlines operators for local and international operations. The mission was successful as the outcome will soon become visible to all. The acquisition of more fleets by Nigerian carriers for international operation will impact negatively on the businesses and operation of NANTA members. In addition, my ministry has taken the necessary step to review all subsisting bilateral air services agreement, BASA, that Nigeria has entered to with other countries of the world. The aim is to ensure that the country benefits from the principle of reciprocity, which is the hallmark of BASAs, of all BASAs. It is to ensure that our local domestic carriers designated to fly international routes operate effortlessly without encumbrances, so that our citizens can benefit maximally. The outcome of this strategic move will not only improve connectivity, but also position Nigeria as a potential hub for all transportation, for air transportation. This will also undoubtedly have impact on NATA's members' business growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to take this opportunity to comment on the successful commencement of direct flight to London by one of Nigeria's and the biggest domestic carrier, Mrs. Air Peace Airline. The success of the flight operations, coming after 7 years, signifies the determination of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to continue to promote the interests of Nigeria's entrepreneurs to ensure that they blossom in their businesses. The foray of Air Peace on the London route has changed the game for the benefits of Nigerians. The ministry, under my leadership, will continue to ensure that Nigeria's airlines break new grounds to make air travel safe and convenient for our citizens. We control the market in Africa, and we are the most traveled in the African continent. Therefore, we deserve the best. I therefore commend the commitment and sagacity of Chief Allen Oyama, Chairman CEO of Air Peace, and his management team for that enviable feat and accomplishment. He deserves more, please. Before I conclude, I would like to appreciate the 3,000 NATA's corporate entity members across the country for being at the forefront of driving positive change and fostering unity within the industry. The organization's tradition of bringing together stakeholders from diverse backgrounds under one roof is a testament of its commitment to advancing the interests of the travel industry in Nigeria and beyond. Your recent support and campaign slogan, "Fly Our Own," in support of Air Peace is well noted and appreciated. Therefore, I urge each and every one of you to actively engage in the discussions, workshops, and networking opportunities that the AGM and SBN has to offer. Let us seize this moment to share insights, exchange ideas, and collaborate on innovative strategies that will not only bolster our businesses, but also catalyze growth in the realms of travel, tourism, business, trade, and investment, both within and beyond the African continent. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizer for inviting me as a special guest of honor. Together, let us embark on this journey with renewed vigor and determination, knowing that our collective efforts will pave the way for a brighter and more prosperous future for Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live the African continent. Long live NANTA. That was a good message of Mr. Festus Keyamo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please celebrate him as he goes back to his seat. I'd like to plead with those who are the exhibition stand to please come in. The exhibition have not started. It has not been declared open, and we're doing everything within time so that we can start the exhibition. We recognize that that is also an important part of this event, but we need to do this first. So I'd like to plead with everyone who is there to please, you are disturbing us with the noise of the business that you are doing now. Thank you so very much. I'm told that although Dr. Oluwo, the president of SABER, is not here, he has a representative in the house. If you know you're representing the president of SABER, please come forward. A seat has been made ready for you to please come. Let's celebrate whoever that person is. Please come forward. Thank you so much. Without further ado, we're going to the next goodwill message. And you've been told that he is a tourism personnel himself, though he now operates in the diplomatic space, but without a doubt is a tourism person. Yes, he's going to be speaking to us for just like 3 to 4 minutes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome His Excellency Ambassador Christo Bazivoma, the High Commissioner for Rwanda High Commission in Nigeria. Please keep celebrating him as he comes up. Thank you, sir.
So thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, Ambassadors and High Commissioners here present, President, National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies, NANTA, Mrs. Susan Akporiai, Excellencies, distinguished members of NANTA, esteemed colleagues in the travel and tourism industry, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first say that it is an honor for me and a privilege to stand here in front of you as the ambassador of Rwanda to Nigeria, but also Niger, Burkina Faso, and Chad. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the National Association of Nigeria Travel Agencies for the invitation you have extended to us. Thank you very much. The theme, Unlocking Africa's Economic Potential, Travel and Tourism as Catalyst for Intra-Africa Business, Investment, and Trade, is timely and of critical importance to the future of our continent. Africa is a continent brimming with boundless potential. It's a land of breathtaking natural beauty, vibrant cultures, captivating historical sites, and a wealth of untapped tourism resources. Yet, despite our vast assets, Africa's share of the global tourism market remains very, very small. For too long, we have allowed outdated narratives and lingering misconceptions to overshadow the true beauty and opportunity that Africa represents. Tourism can play an important role in the economic development of our region or country by creating jobs, generating revenue, and driving infrastructure development. However, it's important to manage tourism carefully to ensure that it is sustainable and benefits local communities in the long term. The time has come for us, the stakeholders of Africa's travel and tourism industry, to seize the reins and reshape the world's perspective. Tour operators have a crucial role to play. Your advocacy is essential in pushing for policies that ease travel restrictions, that promote the free movement of people within Africa. Actually, we need a visa-free Africa, and this will foster trade partnerships under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Only then can we truly unlock intra-African tourism and create a sustainable economic market. Rwanda, the land of thousand hills, stands as a testimonial of a transformative power of open borders. You know, Rwanda is visa-free. Whenever you want, as African, you can rise in the morning and just go and pay a ticket with Rwanda Air here in Lagos, and then travel to Kigali without visa. And it is the same from Abuja and other cities in Africa. From Lagos, you have like 4 times a week, and Abuja, this is 3 times a week. And it is only 3.5 hours from Lagos to Kigali. But I state this because it's important to know that people who are against opening borders have as argument that opening borders will be bringing with it insecurity, which is not the case, especially because we know that terrorists do not necessarily use official borders, and they do not need necessary visa to do what they are doing. So our visa-free policy in Rwanda has boosted tourism and economic growth without compromising security. Addressing potential concerns up front, let me assure you that a visa-free Africa can also be safe. The most important is security institutions to work together like through Interpol and actually share whichever they are doing so that they can complement each other. So security should not be an argument, and we should all advocate actually for this opening of borders without fears. I wish also to state that others will say if you open or you make visa-free, then the revenues will be decreasing, which is not the case. We note that since the time Rwanda has opened its borders, we have a lot of people moving there for, as example, MICE. They go there for board meetings, they go there for conferences, and they go there for many other things. The MICE industry in Rwanda, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions actually has risen up to 48% in the 2 last years. And I wish to state that the 2 arguments should not be barriers for countries who are really or which are willing to open borders. And I invite you as people involved in this area, travel and tour operators, to play your role as an advocate, to explain that it is possible, and wherever you are going, actually you will be received very well. Another example is the East African community, where I have been serving for the last 6 years. East African community being like ECOWAS, it is now 8 partner states, where we are implementing what we call the East African Community Tourism Visa. Meaning, if you go to the embassy of Uganda, for instance, you apply for a tourism visa, and you can move freely in different partner states without actually being bothered to pay additional fees. And this facilitates people who are traveling because they gain in time, but they gain also in terms of money. So East African tourism visa can also be like the African continental tourism visa, but we have to have in mind that implementation is always a challenge, and we have to work together actually to remove barriers. We have an Africa continental passport, but unfortunately, when you are using it, you are obliged to get a visa in each and every country, and yet it is an African passport. Moving forward for free movement of people, free movement of tourists, free movement of tour operators, we should be having this kind of passport, but recognized by all partner states to ensure people are moving freely. And this is in the framework of the implementation of African Continental Free Trade Area. To conclude, to all stakeholders, the task before us is clear. Let us become architects of a technological revolution, championing innovation as an indispensable key to unlocking Africa's full tourism potential. Together, we can reposition our continent at the forefront of global travel. Finally, as you gather for this pivotal NANTA event, I implore you to consider this as a call to action, that NANTA and other African tour operators can play a role in intra-Africa tourism in the spirit of African Continental Free Trade Area and Africa integration as a whole. This can be geared by exchange programs among partner states and among partners through capacity building and skills development, collaborate, invest in development, and build a future-ready workforce. Support initiatives that empower communities and promote responsible tourism to protect our precious heritage. Let us transform the world's understanding of Africa tourism, showcasing a continent defined by innovation, hospitality, and unwavering stewardship of our natural and cultural treasures. The future of Africa is bright, and tourism holds the key to unlocking it. I wish you a very successful NANTA AGM and exhibition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please let me celebrate Ambassador Bisamore. Okay, first of all, let me apologize to Mr. Joshua Olo. He's actually the president of SABA. He's not representing the president. I apologize. He's not here alone. He's here with his gorgeous wife. Please let me celebrate both of them, please. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. Without further ado, my senior brother have promised me that he will save time. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the President of Presidents, President of Federation of Tourism Association of Nigeria, Mr. Ekerom On. How you say me can call him? Kerowem Onu Gang. Please celebrate him as he comes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The beauty chairman of NANTA, the oracle himself. I wish our partnership 10 years ago had worked. The president of NANTA, my sister. Please let me stand on existing protocols. But let me recognize this Nigerian that patriotism walks, flows through his veins. Chief Onyama. As tourism practitioners in Nigeria, and as president of the Federation, I'd like to say thank you for all you have done for the industry. I want to congratulate my sister, Mrs. Susan Akboraye, for a fruitful and successful 4 years in office as president of this prestigious group, NANTA. Susan is not only the president of NANTA, she's also the second deputy president of the Federation. Her tenure in office as president of NANTA has seen the association grow not only in numerical strength, but also administrative structure. Congratulations, my sister. Please let's clap again for this, my sister. Let me also appreciate the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for creating a Ministry of Tourism for us. We are grateful to the President for doing so. But we also believe that it's time for us to have the Presidential Council on Tourism, where the President will be the chairman. And as you can see from NANTA's perspective, NANTA is already in about 5 ministries. You know, NANTA is in tourism, is in culture, is in trade and investment. NANTA is in aviation. So you can see why we need a Presidential Council on Tourism. So all the ministers at once could always sit down together and talk about the issues of this industry. And today I stand with great pride and a sense of optimism for the future as we gather here to discuss the topic of immense importance, in the travel and tourism industry, which is unlocking Africa's economic potential. The travel and tourism as a catalyst in the Intra-African business investment and trade. First and foremost, please allow me to express my deepest gratitude to all our distinguished guests, speakers, panelists, travel experts, the invited guests who have made it to this point to be here today. Your presence, I believe, is a testament of your unwavering commitment and belief in the transformative power of the travel and tourism industry in Nigeria. And I believe that together we can unlock, the immense economic potential and that resides within our beautiful country and continent. Africa, with its rich cultural heritage and breathtaking landscapes, has long captivated the hearts of the world. Our diverse countries are brimming with hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. From the pyramids in far Egypt to the beautiful beaches in the coastline of Lagos, from the colorful carnival in Calabar to the historic Durbar in northern states of Nigeria, Africa has it all. Yet, we have only begun to scratch the surface of the true economic value that lies within our tourism sector. Travel and tourism offers a unique opportunity for intra-African trade, investment, and trade and investment. By promoting travel within the continent, we pave way for deeper cultural exchanges, strong business collaborations, and increased investment flows. In this gathering, let us envision a future where Nigeria can work hand in hand with other countries to create a seamless and interconnected travel experience. The potential benefits are immense. Increased tourism will not only lead to job creation and economic growth, but will also foster a sense of unity and understanding amongst us as a nation. It is through travel and tourism that we can truly appreciate and celebrate our common heritage. As we gather here today for the 48th Annual General Meeting, which at the end shall be producing the next leaders that will take NANTA to the next level, let us forge bonds that transcends boundaries and enhance our collective identity as travel agents. We must seize this opportunity to harness the true potential of the travel and tourism sector. And I believe that collaborations and cooperation between us as travel agents and other subsectors on the tourism industry is key. And by promoting sustainable tourism practices, investment in skills, capacity building, and enhancing the quality of our services, we can position Nigeria as a leading travel destination in the world. I want to conclude by admonishing us to unite and support whoever emerges as the next president, and also remind you that it's your commitment and dedication that will pave way towards a prosperous and united NANTA. Let this AGM serve as a factor of unification and springboard for meaningful collaboration and partnership amongst you and your businesses. Together, we can make the difference. Thank you and congratulations, NANTA.